You know when you show a flat earther an image of Earth from space, and then they laugh at you, and then they call it fake, and they ask for proof, and then you say, but I just showed you. That mental block? Let's explore this. Welcome back to Star Stuff, where we explore the universe and science and the fascinating beliefs that shape our view of it. Today we're diving into something a little more psychological than astronomical. The mental block that prevents flat earthers from accepting the overwhelming evidence of our round Earth. Some former flat earthers, like Jeran from the YouTube channel Jeranism, have described their former belief system as being wrapped up in a kind of mental fog. I personally feel like it's more of a dome over their heads, causing a sort of barrier, keeping out any reason or proof of a spherical Earth. Which is probably why they believe in the dome over the Earth. Don't laugh, guys. This is serious. In a conversation with science communicator SciManDan, Jeran admitted that the evidence for a globe Earth was always there, but something internal kept him from seeing it clearly. He called it a mental block, a kind of psychological wall that filtered information. Not because the information wasn't available, but because it didn't fit the belief system he had already bought into.
Right, and there's that, cognitive bias is a beast, man.
Yeah.
That thing will grip you hard because, and just for thinking you're doing research, but you're really not, right? Like you maybe read a whole book about Captain Cook and you're so dialed in looking for that one paragraph or sentence that shows flat Earth that you fail to realize you just read a whole book about traveling on a globe. You know, there's
Great. That is a great point. It is a great point, and I totally see how it works like that.
That's how you read books. Yeah, you read books that way. You read articles that way. You're just looking for your truth. Now that looks like research to you. You're like, oh, I'm researching the flat Earth, and it would be hidden like this. But what it creates is a situation where everything becomes flat Earth evidence. Yeah. Even an entire book, you find one line and it's flat Earth evidence. So that's just not the right way to do it.
Jeran also said, when you're a flat earther, your brain automatically filters out any evidence that doesn't align with what you already believe. You just say, that must be fake, and then move on. Let's look at some examples of evidence that flat earthers typically reject or misinterpret, not because it's unclear, but because their mental framework won't let them process it properly. This is one of the oldest proofs of Earth's curvature. As a ship sails away, it disappears bottom first, something that would not happen on a flat plane. But flat earthers often dismiss this by claiming it's a trick of perspective or refraction, even though those explanations don't hold under scrutiny. Another one is the existence of time zones and the way the sun rises and sets differently depending on your location on the Earth. These are easily explained by a rotating globe. But again, the mental block kicks in, and instead of questioning the flat Earth model, believers question reality. Flight paths, especially in the southern hemisphere, follow what are known as great circle routes on a globe. On a flat Earth map, many of these paths wouldn't make sense and would require impossible fuel ranges. Yet the standard response is that either flights are faked or pilots are in on a conspiracy. That's not science, that's avoidance. Let's look a little bit into why this mental block happens. So psychologically, this isn't unusual. It's called cognitive dissonance. the uncomfortable feeling when someone holds two conflicting thoughts. For flat earthers, the conflict is between observable reality and the belief that NASA, governments, and scientists are all lying to everyone. So to reduce the discomfort, they double down on the belief and dismiss the evidence. That's the mental block Jeran was talking about. And it's not unique to flat earth belief. We see similar blocks in conspiracy thinking, cult behavior, and other fringe ideologies. Now, how can we go about breaking that block? Jeran's interview with SciManDan is important because it shows that people can change their minds, but not by being shouted at, not by being ridiculed. Change often begins when someone feels safe enough to ask questions and open enough to be wrong. So if you know a flat earther, remember, you probably won't change their mind by showing them a globe meme, but you might plant a seed by asking questions, showing patience, and pointing out inconsistencies gently. The earth is round and it is beautiful. Science isn't a trick, it's a tool for uncovering truth, no matter how uncomfortable or unexpected. And sometimes the biggest obstacle to understanding isn't out there. It's in here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please give it a like and subscribe if you have not already. And comment down below and share it with other curious people. Cool beans.